Croeso I neuadd Powys, Prifysgol Bangor. Welcome to Powys Hall, Bangor University. We are situated in North Wales, halfway between London and Dublin. We're at the heart of bilingual Wales, a country of 3 million people, a modern Celtic nation with an indigenous literary tradition stretching back 1,500 years, as well as, like Ireland, a more recent literary tradition in English.
Da'r perfformiad hwn I chi gan Ysgol Gerdd ac Ysgol Saesneg Prifysgol Bangor a Pontio, canolfan i'r celfyddydau ac arloesi. This performance is brought to you today by Bangor University Schools of Music and English and Pontio Arts and Innovation Centre. Da ni falch iawn o allu dod â phenod 11 I chi o Bangor a blas o'n hiaith a'n diwylliant.
We bring you our reading of chapter 11, the Sirens chapter from Ulysses, from Bangor with a distinctive Welsh flavour.
Mwynhewch.
Enjoy.
When my country takes a place among the nations of the earth, then, and not till then, let my epitaph be written.
Pan gymerodd yng ngwlad ei lle ymhlith cenhedloedd y ddeiar, yr adeg honno, ac nid cyn hynny, boed i'n bedd argraff gael ei lunio.
Bronze by gold heard the hoof irons steely ringing. Impertinent insolence. Chips, picking chips off rocky thumbnail. Chips, horrid, and gold flushed more. A husky fife note blew. Blue, blue bloom is on the gold pinnacled hair. A jumping rose on satiny breasts of satin, rose of Castile.
'Twas a rank and fame that tempted thee, 'twas empire charmed thy heart, but love was wealth, the world to me, then false one, let us part. The prize I fondly deemed my own, another's now may be. For with love life's gladness flown, leaves grief alone, alone to me, leaves grief alone to me.
Dolores. Psst! Who's in the peep of gold? Tink cried to bronze in pity, and a call, pure and long and throbbing, long in dying call. Decoy, soft word, but look, the bright stars fade. Oh, Rose, notes chirruping answer, Castile, the morn is breaking. Jingle, jingle, jaunted, jingling. Coin rang, clock clacked. A vowel, sonny. I could, rebound of garter, not leave thee. Smack, la cloche. Thigh smack, a vowel. Warm, sweetheart, goodbye. Jingle, blue. Boomed crashing chords when love absorbs war, war, the tympanum. A sail, a veil, a wave upon the waves. Lost, throstle fluted. All is lost now. Horn, horn. When first he saw, alas, full top, full throb, warbling. Ah, lure, alluring. Martha, come. Clap, clop, clip, clap, clappy clap. Good God, he never heard in all. Deaf, bold Pat brought pad, knife took up. A moonlight night call, far, far. I feel so sad. P.S. So lonely, blooming. Listen. The spiked and winding cold sea horn. Have you the? Each and for other, plash and silent roar. Pearls, when she lists rhapsodies. Hiss. You don't, did not, no, believe, lit, with a cock, with a cara. Black, deep sounding. Do, Ben, do. Wait, while you wait. Wait, while you... But wait. Low in dark middle earth, embedded ore. Nomine Domini. All gone, all fallen. Tiny, her tremulous fern foils of maiden hair. Amen. He gnashed in fury. Fro, to, fro. A baton, cool, protruding. Bronze Lydia by Mina Gold. By bronze, by gold, in ocean green of shadow. Bloom, old bloom. One wrapped, one tapped, with a cara, with a cock. Pray for him, pray, good people. His gouty fingers knackering. Big Ben a Ben, Big Ben Ben. Last rose, Castile of summer, left bloom. I feel so sad alone. Little wind piped, wee. True men, lid, care, cow, day and dull. Aye, aye. Like you men, will lift your chink with chink. We're bronze from anear, we're gold from afar, we're hoops. Then, not till then, my epitaph be writ.
Begin.
Bronze by gold, Miss Douce's head by Miss Kennedy's head, over the cross-blind of the Ormond Bar, heard the vice-regal hooves go by, ringing steel.
Is that her? Lleoliad?
Yes, sitting with his ex, pearl grey and eau de Nil.
Exquisite contrast, Dipyn o droen.
Oh, sbia na fo. Oh, look at the fellow in the tall silk.
Where? Lle? Who?
In the second carriage. Oh, he's looking, must be a draw. Mind till I see.
She darted, bronze, to the backmost corner, flattening her face against the pane in a halo of hurried breath.
He's killed looking back.
Oh. And men frightful idiots, Gwirion dyn nhw de.
Miss Kennedy sauntered sadly from bright light, twining a loose hair behind an ear. Sauntering, sadly, gold no more, she twisted, twined a hair. Sadly she twined in sauntering, gold hair, behind a curving ear.
It's them that have the fine times, sadly. Dyna'r gwirionedd.
The boots to them in the bar, them barmaids, came. For them, unheeding him, he banged on the counter his tray of chattering china, and...
There's your cheese.
Miss Kennedy, with manners transposed, the tea tray down to an upturned lithia crate, safe from eyes low.
What is it?
Find out.
Your bow, is it?
Chwili ddan chi. I'll complain to Mrs. Sion you if I hear any more of your impertinent insolence. Most aggravating that young brat is. If he doesn't conduct himself, I'll wring his ear from him a yard long, wearer.
Ladylike in exquisite contrast.
Take no notice.
Am I awfully sunburnt?
Miss Bronze unbloused her neck.
No, it'll get brown after. Did you try the borax with the cherry laurel water? Oh, stuff, Dad, you'll cofio.
Miss Douce half stood to see where her skin askance in the bar mirror, gilded lettered, where hock and claret glasses shimmered, and in their midst a shell.
Try it with glycerin.
Oh, those things only bring out a rash. I asked that old fogey in Boyd for something for my skin.
Oh, don't remind me of him for mercy's sake. Oh, Mandiani.
Oh, but wait till I tell you.
Sweet tea Miss Kennedy having poured, with milk, plugged both two ears with little fingers.
No, don't. I won't listen. Oh, but blown.
For your what?
Says he.
Oh, don't let me think of him or I'll expire. Oh, the hideous old wretch. Oh, sglyfa for me. That night in the ancient courtrooms. Oh,
He
Javi!
was.
Hoofa, hoofa.
Shrill shriek of laughter sprang from Miss Kennedy's throat. Miss Douce huffed and snorted down her nostrils that quivered impotent like a shout in quest.
Oh, will you ever forget his goggle eye?
And your other eye.
Say, boys, what do you really mean when you wink the other eye? Why, when you tell us where you've been, do you wink the other eye? You tell your wives the stories, you can give them just a few. Just met an old acquaintance, or the train was overdue. And when the simple wise believes that every word is true, then you wink the other eye. Say, boys, now is it quite a thing? Say, should we let you have your fling? Oh,
his eyes. The sweets of sin. Sweet are the sweets of sin. In a giggling peal, young gold-bronze voices blended. Douce with Kennedy, the other eye. They threw young heads back, bronze, giggle gold, to let free fly their laughter, screaming, your other, signals to each other, high-piercing notes, panting, sighing, fordone their mirth died down. Miss Kennedy lipped her cup again, raised, drank a sip, and giggled. Miss Douce, bending again over the tea tray, ruffled again her nose and rolled droll fattened eyes, spluttered out of her mouth her tea, choking in tea and laughter, coughing with choking.
Oh, greasy eyes. Oh, imagine being married to a man like that. Ah, golug. Oh, with his bits of beard.
Married to the greasy nose.
Shrill with deep laughter after bronze in gold, they urged each other to peal after peal, ringing in changes. Bronze, gold, gold, bronze, shrill, deep, to laughter after laughter, and then laughed more. Greasy, I knows. Exhausted, breathless, their shaken heads they laid, braided and pinnacled by glossy-combed, against the counter ledge, all flushed. Panting, sweating, all breathless. Married to Bloom, Greasy's Bloom.
Oh, saints above, I wish they hadn't laughed so much. They're not had we leaped the very. I feel all wet.
Oh, this Douce, you horrid thing. Oh, ti'n afiach.
By Cantwell's offices roved Grease Bloom, by Kippy's virgins, bright of their oils.
Eat first, I want. Not yet. At 4, she said. Time ever passing. Clock hands turning. On. Where eat? On. Eat. The violet silk petticoats. Not yet. The sweets of sin.
Into their bar strolled Mr. Dedalus. Chips, picking chips off one of his rocky thumbnails. Chips. He strolled.
Ah, welcome back, Miss Douce. Enjoy your holidays.
Tip-top.
I hope you had nice weather in Ross Trevor.
Oh, gorgeous. Look at the holy show I am. Lying out on the strand all day.
Bronze whiteness.
That was exceedingly naughty of you, tempting poor simple males.
Oh, those are Knaf. Go away. You're very simple, I don't think.
He was.
Well, now I am. I looked so simple in the cradle, they christened me Simple Simon.
Oh, you must have been a doty. A big guy that were heddiw to bed. What did the doctor order today?
Well, now, I think I'll trouble you for some fresh water and a half glass of whiskey.
With the greatest alacrity.
With grace of alacrity, towards the mirror gilt Cantrell and Cochrane's, she turned herself. With grace, she tapped a measure of gold whiskey from her crystal keg. Forth from the skirt of his coat, Mr. Dedalus brought pouch and pipe.
Alacrity.
She served. He blew through the flue 2 husky fife notes.
By Jove, I often wanted to see the Mourne Mountains. Must be a great tonic in the air down there.
Yes. He fingered shreds of hair, her maiden hair, her mermaids, into the bowl. Chips, shreds, musing, mute.
Oh, I, Dolores, Queen of the Eastern Sea,
Flatu piw yn hwylio heno.
In came Lenehan. Mr. Bloom reached Essex Bridge. Yes, Mr. Bloom crossed bridge of, yes, sex.
To Martha I must write, by paper, Bloom, old Bloom, blue bloom is on the rye.
Lenehan came forward.
Was Mr. Boylan looking for me?
Miss Kennedy, was Mr. Boylan in while I was upstairs?
No, he was not.
Peep? Who's in the corner?
No glance of Kennedy rewarding him, he yet made overtures.
To mind her stops.
Girl gold, she read, and did not glance. Take no notice. She took no notice, while he read by rote a Solfar fable for her, plappering flatly.
A fox met a stork. Said the fox to the stork, will you put your bill down in my throat and pull up a bone?
He droned in vain. Miss Douce turned to her tea aside.
Ah, me, oh my.
He greeted Mr. Dedalus.
Greetings from the famous son of a famous father.
Who may he be?
Lenehan opened most genial arms.
Who? Who may he be? Can you ask? Stephen, the youthful bard.
I hear he's keeping very select company. Have you seen him lately?
I quaffed the nectar bowl with him this very day. In Mooney's Onville and in Mooney's Semer, he had received the rhino for the labour of his muse.
He smiled at Bronze's tea-bathed lips, at listening lips and eyes.
The elite of Erin hung upon his lips. The ponderous pundit Hugh MacHugh, Dublin's most brilliant scribe and editor, and that minstrel boy of the wild wet west, who is known by the euphonious appellation of the O'Madden Burke.
That must have been highly diverting. I see.
The minstrel boy to the war is gone. In the ranks of death you'll find him. His father's sword he has girded on, and his wild harp slung behind him. Land of song, said the warrior bard, though all the world betrays thee, one sword at least thy rights shall guard, one faithful harp shall praise thee.
He drank, with faraway morning mountain eye, set down his glass.
I see you have moved the piano.
Oh, the tuner was in today, tuning it for the smoking concert. Oh, and I never heard such an exquisite player. Gleddi'r glist.
Is that a fact?
Didn't he, Miss Kennedy? The real classical, you know. And blind too, poor fellow. Drian bach a more ifanc. Not 20, I'm sure he was.
Is that a fact?
He drank and strayed away.
Bechod anna fo. So sad to look at his face. God's curse on bitch bastard.
To the door of the dining room came bald Pat, came bothered Pat, came Pat, waiter of Ormond. Lager for diner. Lager without alacrity she served. With patience, Lenehan waited for Boylan, with impatience for Jingle Jaunty Blazes Boy. And Bloom?
2 sheets cream vellum paper, 1 reserve, 2 envelopes, thanks awfully muchly.
Wise Bloom eyed on the door a poster, a swaying mermaid smoking mid nice waves.
Smoke mermaids, coolest whiff of all, hair streaming, love lorn for some man.
He eyed and saw afar on Essex Bridge a gay hat riding on a jaunting car.
It is, 3rd time. Coincidence.
Jingling on supple rubbers, it jaunted from the bridge to Ormond Quay.
Follow, biscuit, go quick. At 4. Near now. Out.
From the saloon a call came, long in dying. You hear? It throbbed, pure, purer, softly and softlier, its buzzing prongs, longer in dying call.
The bright stars fade, the morn is breaking, the dewdrops pearl each bud and leaf.
But look this way, Rose of Castile.
She rose and closed her reading, Rose of Castile, fretted, forlorn, dreamily rose.
Did she fall or was she pushed?
Calla dawa wir ddiw. Ask no questions and you'll hear no lies.
Like ladylike. Blazes Boylan's smart tan shoes creaked on the bar floor where he strode. Yes, gold from anear by bronze from afar. Lenehan heard and knew and hailed him.
See, the conquering hero comes.
Between the car and window, warily walking, went Bloom, unconquered hero.
See me he might.
And I from thee my leave am taking, with bliss to breathe, with bliss to breathe.
I heard you were round.
He touched to fair Miss Kennedy a rim of his slanted straw. She smiled on him, but Sister Bronze outsmiled her, preening for him her richer hair, a bosom, and a rose.
What's your cry? Glass of bitter? Glass of bitter, please, and a slow gin for me. Wiring yet?
Not yet. At 4.
What's he doing in the Ormond? Car waiting. Wait. Hello. Something to eat? In here? What? Ormond? Best fellow in Dublin. Is that so? Dining room. Sit tight there. See, not be seen. Come on.
Miss Douce reached high to take a flagon, stretching her satin arm, her bust that all but burst, so high. But easily she seized her prey and led it low in triumph.
Why don't you grow?
She-Bronze, dealing from her jar thick, syrupy liquor for his lips, looked as it flowed. Flower in his coat, who gave him? And syruped with her voice.
Cofiwch y pethau bychain. Fine goods in small parcels.
That is to say, she poured slow, syrupy, slow.
Here's fortune.
He pitched a broad coin down. Coin rang.
Hold on till I
plunged a bit. Not on my own, you know. Fancy of a friend of mine.
Lenehan still drank and grinned at his tilted ale and at Miss Douce's lips that all but hummed, not shut, the ocean song her lips had trilled. Ay Dolores, the eastern seas. Clock word. Miss Kennedy passed their way. Flower, Wonder who gave? Bearing away, tea tray.
What time is that? 4?
Let's hear the time.
Bloom by rye bloom flowered tables. Aimless, he chose with agitated aim. Bald Pat attending. A table near the door.
In here at 4. Has he forgotten? Perhaps a trick. Not come. Wet appetite. I couldn't do. Wait. Wait.
Pat, waiter, waited. Sparkling bronze, azure-eyed, blazier, sky blue, Bowen eyes.
Go on. There's no one.
For since night's gems from heaven did fade, and morn to Flora's lips did hide.
Bronze Douce, communing with her rose that sank and rose, sought Blazes Boylan's flower and eyes.
Please. Please.
I could not leave thee, though I said goodbye, sweethearts, goodbye. Goodbye, sweethearts, goodbye. Ni vedrun dat I lemmerheid, farewell, van
Afterwards.
No, now. Sonne la cloche. Oh, do. There's no one.
She looked. Quick. Miss Ken out of earshot. Sudden bent. 2 kindling faces watched her bend.
Go on. Do. Sonne.
Bending, she nipped a peak of skirt above her knee, delayed, taunted them still, bending, suspending, with willful eyes.
Sonne!
Smack! She let free sudden in rebound her nipped elastic garter smack warm against her smackable woman's warm hosed thigh.
La cloche!
She smiled, smirked, supercilious, wept, aren't men, but lightward gliding, mild, she smiled on Boylan.
You're the essence of vulgarity.
Boylan eyed. Tossed to fat lips his chalice, drank off his tiny chalice, sucking the last fat, violet, syrupy drops. He, spellbound eyes, went after her gliding head as it went down the bar, by mirrors, gilded arch for ginger ale, hock and claret glasses shimmering, a spiky shell where it concerted, mirrored bronze with sunnier bronze. Yes, bronze from a nearby.
I'm off.
He slid his chalice away, grasped his change.
Wait a shake. I wanted to tell you. Tom
Come on
Roch-
to blazes!
Got the horn or what? Wait, I'm coming.
Say, boys, what do you really mean when you wink the other eye? Why, when you tell us where you've been, do you wink the other eye? You tell your wives the stories, you can give them just a few. Just met an old acquaintance, or the train was overdue. And when the simple wise believes that every word is true, then you wink the other eye. Say, boys, now is it quite a thing? Say, should we let you have your fling? Oh, when you've got us on a string, then you wink the other eye.
Sighing, Mr. Dedalus came through the saloon, a finger soothing an eyelid.
Come on, Simon. Give us a ditty. We heard the piano.
Bald Pat, bothered waiter, waited for drinks orders. And Bloom?
Let me see. Course nerves a bit. Let me see. Cider? Yes, bottle of cider.
What's that? I was only vamping, man.
Oh, come on, come on. Begone, dull care. Come.
Bald Pat in the doorway met tealess gold returning. Bronze by the window watched, bronze from afar. Bloom heard a jing, a little sound.
He's off.
Light sob of breath, Bloom sighed on the silent blue-hued flowers.
He's gone.
Miss Douce's brave eyes, unregarded, turned from the crossblind, smitten by sunlight.
Gone.
Pensive, who knows, smitten the smiting light, she lowered the drop blind with a sliding cord. She drew down pensive.
Why did you go so quick when I...
About her bronze, over the bar where Bald stood by Sister Gold, in exquisite contrast, inexquisite, non-exquisite, slow, cool, dim, sea green sliding depth of shadow, owed a kneel.
That night, poor old Cwdwyn was the pianist that night. There was a slight difference of opinion between himself and the Collard Grand.
There was.
A symposium all his own. The devil wouldn't stop him. He was a crotchety old fellow in the primary stage of drink.
God, do you remember? And by japers, I had no wedding garment.
Our friend Bloom turned in handy that night. Where's my pipe, by the way?
I saved the situation, I think.
You did, Bob.
I remember those tight trousers too.
That was a brilliant idea, Bob.
I knew he was on the rocks. The wife was playing the piano in the Coffee Palace on Saturdays for a very trifling consideration. And who was it gave me the wheeze? She was doing the other business. Do you remember?
Remember?
Aye, God. She had some luxurious opera cloaks and things there. Merrion Square style. Ball dresses, by God, and court dresses. He wouldn't take any money either. What? Any God's quantity of cocked hats and boleros and truncos.
What?
Aye, aye. Mrs. Marion Bloom has left off clothes of all descriptions.
Jingle jaunted down the quays. Blazes sprawled on bounding tires.
What's this her name was? A buxom lassie Marion.
Irish, is she, Simon?
Oh, yes, she is. My Irish Molly.
He puffed a pungent, plumy blast.
From the Rock of Gibraltar, all the way!
They pined in depth of ocean shadow, gold by the beer pull, bronze by maraschino, thoughtful all two. Mina Kennedy for Lismore Terrace drumcondra with I Dolores, a queen, Dolores, silent. Pat served uncovered dishes. Leopold cut liver slices. Bloom ate with relish the inner organs, nutty gizzards, fried cod's roes. Bite by bite he ate. Bloom ate. They ate. Bloom, married in silence, ate.
Dinner fit for princes.
By Bachelor's Walk, jog jaunty, jingled blazes Boylan, bachelor, in sun, in heat. Mare's glossy rump a trot, with flick of whip on bounding tires, sprawled, warm-seated, Boylan impatience, ardent, bold, horn. Have you the horn? Have you the horn? Dollard, bassooned attack boomed over bombarding chords.
Mae'n halon yn eiddo I blodwen erioed, I blodwen erioed.
So you'd burst the tympanum of a year, man, with an organ like yours?
Not to mention another membrane. Half time, let me there.
Miss Kennedy served 2 gentlemen with tankards of cool stout. She passed a remark. It was indeed, first gentleman said, beautiful weather. They drank cool stout and heard steel hoofs ring hoof ring, gold by bronze heard iron steel.
O blodwen fy mlodwen ti wythos fy nghlwy.
In liver gravy, Bloom mashed potatoes.
Dollard's famous. Night he ran round to us to borrow a dress suit for that concert. Trousers tight as a drum on him. Musical polkas. Molly did laugh when he went out. Threw herself back across the bed, screaming, kicking, with all his belongings on show. Oh, the women in the front row. Oh, I never laughed so many. Well, of course. That's what gives him the bass barrel tone. For instance, eunuchs. Wonder who's playing. Nice touch, musical, knows whatever note you play. Bad breath he has, poor chap.
George Lidwell, gentleman, entering.
Good afternoon.
She gave her moist a lady's hand to his firm clasp.
Afternoon.
Yes, she was back to the old ding-dong again.
Your friends are inside, Mr. Lidwell.
Jiggity, jingle, jaunty, jaunty.
Only the harp. Lovely gold glowering light. Girl touched it. Hoop of a lovely. Gravy's rather good fit for a golden ship. Erin. The harp that once or twice. Cool hands. Ben Houth. The rhododendrons. We are their harps. I, he, old, young.
Couldn't, man.
Oh, go on, blast you. Get it out in bits. Ma Paris, Simon. Ma Paris tout amor. Il mio sguardo l'incont. Go on, Simon.
Kidney, liver, mashed at meat, fit for princes, sat Prince Bloom. Prince at meat, he raised and drank cider. Tenderly, Bloom over liverless bacon saw the tightened features strain. Backache, he staved off a while. Sings, too.
Which air is that?
All is lost now.
Yes, I remember. Lovely air. In sleep she went to him. Innocence in the moon. Still hold her back. Brave don't know their danger. Call name, touch water, jingle jaunty. Too late. She longed to go. That's why. Woman, as easy stop the sea. Yes, all is lost.
Dollard still urged the lingering singer, out with it.
With it, Simon.
I am most deeply obliged by...
It, Simon.
If you will lend me your attention, I shall endeavour to sing of a heart bowed down.
By the sandwich bell, in screening shadow, Lydia, her bronze and rose, a lady's grace, gave and withheld, as in cool Glaucus O'Donnell, Mina to tankards two, her pinnacles of gold.
When first I saw that form endearing, sorrow from me seemed to depart.
Brain-tipped, cheek touched with flame, they listened, feeling that flow, endearing flow, over skin, limbs, human heart, soul, spine. Bloom signed to Pat, bald Pat is a waiter, hard of hearing, to set ajar the door of the bar, the door of the bar. So, that will do. Pat, waiter, waited, waiting to hear, for he was hard of here by the door.
Each graceful look, each word so cheering, charmed my eye and won my heart.
Through the hush of air, a voice sang to them, low, not rain, not leaves in murmur, like no voice of strings of reeds or what you call them, dulcimers, touching their still ears with words, still hearts of their each his remembered lives.
Good to hear.
Sorrow from them each seemed to from both depart, when first they heard love, that is singing.
Love's old sweet song.
Bloom unwound slowly the elastic band of his packet. Love's old sweet sonnet, la gold. Bloom wound a skein round 4 fork fingers, stretched it, relaxed, and wound it round his troubled double, fourfold, in octave, jived them fast.
All on earth I then could wish for was near here to live and die.
Tenors get women by the score, increase their flow.
Jingle, all delighted, perfumed for him. What perfume does your wife? I want to know. G, stop, knock.
But alas, 'twas only dreaming, and the dream too soon hath flown.
Glorious tone he has still. Cork air softer, also their brogue. Silly man, could have made oceans of money, singing wrong words. Drink, nerves overstrung.
Tenderness, it welled, slow, swelling, full it throbbed. That's the chat. Ha! Give, take, throb. A throb, a pulsing, proud, erect. Words? Music? No, it's what's behind. Bloom, looped, unlooped, noded, disnoded. Bloom, flood of warm jim-jam, lick-it-up secretness flowed to flow in, music out, in desire, dark to lick flow, invading, tipping her, tapping her, tapping her, topping her, top. Pause to dilate, dilating, top. the joy, the feel, the warm, the tup, to pour o'er sluices, pouring gushes, flood, gush, flow, joy gush, tup throp. Now, language of love.
Not one ray of hope is gleaming. I am lost, yes, I am lost, for she is gone, for she is gone.
Martha, it is coincidence, just going to write. Lovely name you have. Can't write. Still the name, Martha. How strange. Today.
When first I saw that form endearing, sorrow seemed from me to depart. Each graceful look, each word so cheering, charmed my eye and won my heart.
First night when I saw her at Matt Dillon's in Cerddorion, yellow, black lace she wore, musical chairs, we two the last. Fate, after her, fate, round and round, slow, quick round, we two all looked, lips laughing, singing, waiting. I turned her music, full voice of perfume, bosom I saw full both, throat warbling. First I saw fate, Spanishy eyes at me, luring, alluring. Alone, one love, one hope, one comfort me, Martha.
Martha, Martha, I am sighing, I am weeping still for thee. Come, thou lost one, come, thou dear one, thou alone canst comfort me. Martha, return, return and comfort me.
Bravo, Simon! Bravo! Sound as a bell, Simon! Good man! Clappy, clap, clap, Simon! Blazes Boylan's smart tan shoes creaked, a trot in heat, heat seated, cloche, sonnez-la, cloche, sonnez-la. Slower the mare went up the hill by the rotunda, Rutland Square. Too slow for Boylan, Blazes Boylan, impatience Boylan, joggled the mare. Leopold Bloom his cider drank, Lidwell his Guinness. Second gentleman said they would partake of 2 tankards if she did not mind. Miss Kennedy smirked, disserving coral lips. At first, at second, she did not mind. Simon, singer, laughed. Mina Kennedy served. Second gentleman played. Lydia admired, admired. But Bloom sang dumb.
The human voice, 2 tiny silky chords. Wonderful, more than all the others. That voice was a lamentation. Calmer now. It's in the silence. You feel, you hear. vibrations. Now silent air.
Bloom unjived his crisscrossed hands and with slack fingers plucked the slender catgut thong. He drew and plucked. It buzzed. It twanged. While Big Ben Dollard talked with Simon Dedalus, lighting, who nodded as he smoked, who smoked, yet more Bloom stretched his string.
Cruel it seemed. Let people get fond of each other, lure them on, then tear asunder. Death explodes, knock on the head, out of hell, out of that human life, gone, forgotten. I too. And one day she will. Leave her, get tired, suffer then, snivel. Big Spanishy eyes goggling at nothing, her wavy, heavy hair uncombed.
He stretched more.
Are you not happy in your...
Twang. It snapped. Jingle into Dorset Street.
Don't make half so free till we are better acquainted. Mae'r bach da chi.
Really and truly.
Miss Douce, Miss Lydia, did not believe. Miss Kennedy, Mina, did not believe. George Lidwell? No. Miss Dew did not. The first gent with the tank, believe? No.
Better write it here. A few lines will do. Take out sheet, notepaper, envelope, unconcerted.
It was the only language. I heard them as a boy in Ringabella, Crosshaven, singing their barcaroles. Queenstown harbour full of Italian ships. Walking, you know, in the moonlight with those earthquake hats. Blending their voices. God, such music, heard as a boy. Cross Ringabella, haven moon carole.
Bloom dipped. Blue.
Dear Sir, dear Henry wrote, dear Mady, got your let and flow. Hell did I put some pocker of, it's utter impos, underline impos, to write today on. Know what I mean? No, change that E, except my poor little prez enclosed. Ask her no answer. Hold on, write me along. Do you despise jingle, have you there? So excited. Why do you call me naught? You naughty too? Yes, we'll tell you. Want to keep it up. Call me that other world, you wrote. To keep it up, you must believe the tank. It is true. Folly am I writing? Husbands don't. That's marriage because I'm away from, suppose. But how? She must keep young. If she found out, no, not tell all. Useless pain if they don't see woman. Sauce for the gander.
A Hackney car, number 324, driver Barton James of number 1 Harmony Avenue, Donnybrook, on which sat a fair young gentleman stylishly dressed in an indigo blue serge suit made by George Robert Messias, tailor and cutter of number 5 Eden Quay, and wearing a straw hat, very dressy, bought of John Plastow of number 1 Great Brunswick Street, hatter. This is the jingle that joggled and jingled. By Glugach's pork shop, bright tubes of Agendath trotted a gallant buttocked mare.
Better add postscript. What's he playing now? Improvising intermezzo? P.S. The rum-tum-tum. How will you pun? You punish me? Crooked skirts swinging, whack by. Tell me I want to. No. Oh, course if I didn't, I wouldn't ask. Trails off there, sad in minor. Why minor sad? Sign H. They like sad tail at end. P.P.S. I feel so sad today. lonely.
Envel, address.
Miss Martha Clifford, care of P.O. Dolphins Barn Lane, Dublin. Too poetical that about the sad music, did that music have charms, Shakespeare said. Quotations every day of the year, to be or not to be, wisdom while you wait. Car there now, talk. Pat doesn't. Settling those napkins, a lot of ground he must cover in the day. Paint face behind him, and then he'd be two. Oh, wish they'd sing more, keep my mind off.
Bald Pat, who is bothered, mitered the napkins. Pat is a waiter hard of his hearing. Pat is a waiter who waits while you wait. He waits while you wait. A waiter is he. He waits while you wait. While you wait, if you wait, he will wait while you wait. Wait while you wait. Douce now. Douce, Lydia, Bronze, and Rose. She had a gorgeous, simply gorgeous time. And look at the lovely shell she brought. To the end of the bar, to him, she bore lightly the spiked and winding sea horn that he, George Lidwell, solicitor, might hear.
Gwrandwch yn astyg.
Now he heard, she holding it to his ear. Here, he heard. Wonderful. She held it to her own, and through the sifted light, pale gold in contrast, glided to hear. Bloom, through the bar door, saw a shell held at their ears. He heard more faintly that they heard, each for herself alone, then each for other, hearing the plash of waves, loudly, a silent roar. Bronze by a weary gold, anear, afar, they listened. Her ear, too, is a shell, the peeping lobe there. Been to the seaside, lovely seaside girls, skin tanned raw, hair braided over, shell with seaweed. Why do they hide their ears with seaweed hair? Find the way in, a cave. No admittance except on business. The sea they think they hear. Singing, a roar. The blood, is it? Souse in the ear sometimes. Well, it's a sea. Corpuscle Islands. Wonderful, really. So distinct. Again. George Lidwell held its murmur, hearing, then laid it by gently.
What are the wild waves saying?
Charming, sea-smiling, and unanswering Lydia on Lidwell smiled. By Larry O'Rourke's, by Larry, bold Larry O, Boylan swayed and Boylan turned. From the forsaken shell, Miss Mina glided to her tankard, waiting. No, she was not so lonely. Archly, Miss Douce's head let Mr. Lidwell know.
Walks in the moonlight by the sea? No, not alone. With whom?
She nobly answered,
Efo gŵr bonheddig. Gentleman.
Jog, jig, jogged, stopped. Dandy tan shoe of dandy Boylan, socks sky blue, clocks came like to earth. One rapped on a door, one tapped with a knock. Did he knock, bawled a cock with a loud, proud knocker with a cock, cara, 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 cock, cock, cock.
Quistec no ben.
No. The croppy boy. A native Doric.
Oh, do! Must go. Got money somewhere.
He see hears lip speech.
1 and 9, penny for yourself. Here, give him tuppence tip.
Deaf, bothered. But perhaps he has wife and family waiting. Waiting. Patty, come home. Deaf, wait. While they wait.
Good men and true in this house do dwell. To a stranger buchal I pray you tell, is the priest at home or may he be seen? I would speak a word with Father Green. The priest's at home, boy, and may be seen. 'Tis easy speaking with Father Green, but you must wait till I go and see if the Holy Father alone may be. At the siege of Ross did my father fall, and at Goring my loving brothers all. I alone am left of my name and race. I will go to Wexford and take their place. I cursed 3 times since last Easter day. At Mass time once I went to play. I passed the churchyard one day in haste and forgot to pray for my mother's rest. The priest said naught but a rustling noise made the youth look above in wild surprise. The robes were off and in scarlet there sat a yeoman captain with fiery glare. With fiery glare and with fury hoarse, instead of blessing he breathed a curse. 'Twas a good thought, boy, to come here to shrive, for how 1 short hour is your time to live. At Geneva barracks that young man died. The passage they had his body laid. Good people who live in peace and joy breathe a prayer and a tear for the croppy boy.
Listen. Bloom listened. And by the door, deaf Pat, bold Pat, tipped Pat, listened. They listened. Tankards and Miss Kennedy, George Lidwell, eyelid well expressive, full busted satin. Cock, cara, cara.
What do they think when they hear music? All gone, all fallen. At the siege of Ross, his father, at Gory, all his brothers fell. To Wexford, we are the boys of Wexford, he would, last of his name and race. I too, last my race. Well, my fault perhaps, no son. Too late now. Or if not, if still. He bore no hate. Ireland comes now, my country above the king. She listens. Who fears to speak of 1904?
Bloom looked, unblessed, to go.
Want to keep you out of weather, I open. Those girls, those lovely by the sad sea waves, the lovely name you. The thrill they itch for. See, play on her. Lip blow. They want it. Not too much polite. That's why he gets them. Gold in your pocket, brass in your face. Will you? I want you to.
But look, The bright stars fade. The morn. Ha! Lidwell. For him, then not for. Infatuated. I like that. See her from here, though. Popped corks, splashes of beer froth, stacks of empties. On the smooth, jutting beer pull laid Lydia hand lightly, plumply. Leave it to my hands. All lost in pity for Croppy. Fro, to, fro. Over the polished knob, she knows his eyes, my eyes, her eyes. Her thumb and finger passed in pity, passed, repassed, and gently touching, then slid so smoothly, slowly down a cool, firm, white enamel batten, protruding through their sliding ring, with a cock, with a cara. Bloom stood up.
Where's my hat?
By rose, by satiny bosom, by the fondling hand, by slops, by empties, by popped corks, greeting and going, past eyes and maiden hair, bronze and faint gold in deep sea shadow, went Bloom, soft Bloom. I feel so lonely, Bloom. Scaring, eavesdropping boots, croppy boots boy, Bloom in the almond hallway heard growls and roars of bravo, fat backslapping.
Glad I avoided.
Come on. By God, you're as good as ever you were. Most trenchant rendition of that ballad. Upon my soul and honour it is.
You're looking rubicund?
Miss Douce composed her rose to wait. Miss Kennedy brought her lips to ear of tankard one.
Mr. Dollard?
Me?
Yes, Mr. Dollard. You sang that song lovely. More swynol. Oh, I love that song.
Bloom felt wind.
Gassy thing, that cider. Binding too. Wait. Post office near. Get shot of it.
Up the quay went Leopold. Tap, blind, walked, tapping by the curbstone, tapping, tap by tap. Then, all of a sudden, soft sudden, wee little peepy wind, a wee little wind piped in Bloom's little wee.
Oh, that must be the tuner, or blind he was, and played so exquisitely treats to hear. Gleddir glist all wir.
Under the sandwich bell lay on a bier of bread one lonely last sardine of summer. Bloom alone. Bloom went by Barry's.
Wish I could. Wait. 24 solicitors in that one house. Litigation. Love one another. Fate.
Tap, tap. A stripling blind with a tapping cane came tap, tap, tapping by Daly's window, where a mermaid, hair all streaming, but he couldn't see, blew whiffs of a mermaid, blind, couldn't. Mermaid, coolest whiff of all.
Molly.
In her shift in Lombard Street West, hair down.
All is lost now. I must really... No, if I did that at a banquet.
A frowsy whore with black straw sailor hat askew came glazily in the day along the quay towards Mr. Bloom.
Vetches and beer and rape and
first
red,
he saw
green,
that
yellow.
form endearing.
I feel so lonely. Too near, too dear to home, sweet home. Sees me, does she? Damn her. Well, she has to live like the rest. Look in here.
In Lionel Marx's antique sale shop window, earnestly Mr. Leopold Bloom envisaged candlestick melodeon, oozing maggoty blowbags. Bargain, 6 bob.
Let her pass. She's passing now. 6 bob. Oh, must be the cider or the burgundy.
Near bronze from a near gold from afar, they chinked their clinking glasses all, bright-eyed and gallant, before bronze Lydia's tempting last rose of summer, Rose of Castile. A youth entered a lonely Ormond hall. Bloom viewed a gallant pictured hero in Lionel Marks's window. Robert Emmett's last words. 7 last words.
True men, like you men,
Aye, aye, then.
will lift your glass with us.
They lifted. Chink, chunk. An unseeing stripling stood in the door. He saw not bronze, he saw not gold. He did not see. Sea bloom, grease a-bloom, viewed last words, softly. When my country takes her place among, must be the berg, nations of the earth. No one behind, she's past. Then, and not till then, good opportunity coming. Oh, I'm sure it's the Burgundy. Yes. 1, 2. Let my epitaph be written. I have done. Diolch yn fawr i chi am wrando. Garamil am hagaf. Thank you for listening.